And breaking news coming in, government employees from the Kashmiri Pandit community working under the Prime Minister's rehabilitation package are holding a protest in Jammu demanding transfer to safer locations. That's the piece of breaking news coming in the wake of those targeted killings of Kashmiri Pandits. That pitch coming in from the Kashmiri Pandit community that they need to be moved to safer locations. I'm joined by my colleague Tejinder Singh Sodi on the broadcast. Tejinder, give us the details.
Yes, you see, Ayushman, these Kashmiri Pandits are those who have been working under Prime Minister's rehabilitation package in Kashmir Valley, and ever since the Kashmiri Pandits were being targeted by the terrorists, we saw how Rahul Bhatt, a Kashmiri Pandit employee in the Tehsil office in Chadurat area of Badgam district, was shot dead. And since then, the Kashmiri Pandits, they have been protesting here. Their family members, some of the Kashmiri Pandits who were working in various government departments in Kashmir Valley, they have returned to Jammu, and they have been continuously holding protests. Today again they started protesting here in Jammu, demanding that the government should immediately transfer them to a safer location, given the fact that there has been several instances of target killing in the Kashmir Valley where the members of the minority community were being targeted by the terrorists. Though just a few days ago, the government of Jammu and Kashmir had said that there was no plan to send these Kashmiri Pandit employees back to Jammu. They will have to work in their respective districts where they have been appointed, because this is the package which was given to them, which has the terms and conditions that they have to work in Kashmir Valley in their respective districts. But these Kashmiri Pandits, they have been protesting ever since the targeted killings in Kashmir Valley took place. They say that some of those employees who out of fear have returned to Jammu, their salaries have been withheld. They are not being paid their dues in time because they shifted to Jammu to save their lives. So large number of Kashmiri Pandits today gathered here outside the Jammu Press Club where they held a protest. They were carrying banners asking the government that don't treat them as cannon fodder. They don't want to die in Kashmir Valley. They have their family members living in Jammu, so they should be immediately transferred to safer locations so that they don't become sitting ducks to the bullets of terrorists in Kashmir Valley. If you see several Kashmiri Pandit employees and members from the minority community, they were targeted. We saw the brutal killing of school teacher Rajni Bala happening in Kashmir. We saw how a school teacher and a principal were shot in Karan Nagar area of Srinagar. So these target killings are taking place in the Kashmir Valley. That is a reality. We know that just a couple of weeks ago, another Kashmiri Pandit was shot down in Kashmir Valley. So the Kashmiri Pandits are saying that they are scared. They don't want to return to Kashmir Valley, and they are requesting the state, the union territory as well as the central government to immediately transfer them to safer locations so that they could save their lives. Yes, Ashman.
Right. And Tejinder, just to be clear, that they are protesting in Jammu, which is the safest part of the Jammu and Kashmir region. So they want all the Kashmiri Pandits who are currently in the valley to join them in Jammu. Is that the pitch?
Yes. You see, Ayushman, they are saying that those who are still working in Kashmir, they should be transferred to safer location, that is in Jammu. You rightly pointed out that Jammu is the safest location. It has provided a safe haven to all those minorities in those regions where they faced persecution because of Pakistan-sponsored terrorism. They had to leave their houses, be it in the Kashmir Valley, be it in the erstwhile Doda district or in the Poonch, Rajouri or Riyasi district, which were once the hotbed of Pakistan-sponsored terrorism. So Jammu has always provided the people, the victims of terrorism, a safe place to live. And these, as you pointed out, that some of the Kashmiri Pandit employees, they are in Kashmir, and some have already returned to Jammu. They are those who have returned to Jammu, and they allege that their salaries have been withheld. They are not being paid their salaries because they are unable to join their duties due to the fear of terrorism in the valley. Yes, Ashman.
Right. Thank you, Tejinder, for joining us on the broadcast. So a fresh pitch coming in from the Kashmiri Pandits to be moved out from the Kashmir Valley because of those targeted killings and moved to safer locations like the Jammu region.